Welcome guys once again, and welcome to another weekly recap. So this week I'll be breaking down the trades I took for the week, how I took them, why I took them, and how the week went. So this is the beginning of the week. Last week I analyzed some pairs, and GBP was one of the pairs that I liked the most. So let's just get on to it. So GBP on the weekly time frame, market was, as you can see, market was actually bearish. This is Monday. Market was actually bearish. Just when market broke below this support level here. So as market was bearish here on this red engulfing candlestick, I was waiting for the pullback to continue the sales. So I went down to my daily time frame, which was when I got my retest on the daily time frame. You can see market has a series of dojis and the pullback to my area of interest on the daily time frame. And then I had my engulfing candlestick. Also, I went down to the 4 hours to look for my entry on my chart pattern. So on the 4 hours, as you can see, I got on the pullback here, I got let me use this tool. So on the pullback here, I got a left head, right shoulder, a break, and a retest to this area of interest, respecting my EMA, respecting my area of interest. So I entered on the 1 hour. Let me go down to the 1 hour. Okay, so as you can see, here's right, left shoulder, break, retest, back to my area. So on the retest was where I entered, and then right to my entry, you can see the market has had a lot, like I almost got stopped at multiple times. The market created a head and shoulder pattern inside the right shoulder of the head and shoulder pattern on the 4 hour. You can see left head, right shoulder. So as I saw this mini head and shoulder pattern on the 1 hour, I was like, yes, market is, because it did it, there's a while it did it before on NZD card and we had the sales. So the same thing happened here, and we're having the sales, but then we had a kind of a pullback back to our area of interest, and so had a weak close on GBP. I'm currently holding this trade to see what will happen next week. So the next pair for the week I took was GBP So GBP was a win, as you can see. Let's go up to the, as we normally do, from the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, as you can see here, markets had a break above this area of interest here, and we know that whenever we break above this area of interest, you can see last time we had a up here, it was a week. So now on the daily time frame, that week you're seeing there is actually price action here. You can see it on the daily time frame. So we had a break, the retest. So on the retest, I was looking to buy this market. Just to this week where the market currently is at this point. So I went down to the 4 hour. So on the 4 hour here, so I actually said this trade was a risky trade because normally I did not, after this break and retest and engulfing, I did not enter here. I actually saw this market when it was all the way up here. So all I waited for was a pullback. This was this engulfing pullback, and then after that I had this engulfing candlestick here. So after the candlestick closed, I entered on the next candlestick. So I aim for a 1:2. Normally I always go for a 1:2 because it's the most ideal risk to reward, because markets tend to reverse on you very lowly. So I aimed for the next high, which was this high, and markets, so you can see I aimed for a 1:2 on this trade, but market actually closed at a 1:4. At the 1:4 technically, but I closed out at my 1:2 because what I normally go for, and I was interested in another market, so I did not want to hold it too long. So that was GBP NZD. AUD USD is a perfect example of market giving you all your confluences, but yet you still make a loss. So let me just break it down. So you can see AUD USD, for a while we've been at this area. Whenever we came to this area here, we rejected down. So we're there now. We had a break, which was confirming a bullish movement. Now we had a pullback. So this candlestick pullback, now what do you expect after a break? There's always a retest to continue for the new higher highs. So I went down to the daily time frame, which was where I got the retest. I waited a week. This pair now is a 2-week trade because I waited a week for this break, and this week was when we had the pullback, the complete pullback. Beginning of the week was when we had the complete pullback. We had 2 dojis here signifying, okay, sellers are losing interest and buyers are getting to the market. So we're expecting an engulfing after this, which was when I now went down to the 4-hour. So as you can see, on the 4-hour we had, okay, let me show you now. On the 4-hour we had rejection from around psychological level, rejection from area of interest, and we also above our area of interest. So we had the engulfing here, as you can see, an engulfing, then another engulfing here on the 4-hour. So on that engulfing, I went down to the 1-hour. So on the 1-hour, here we can see it clearly. So on the 1-hour, what do we have? Sorry, please. Okay, so we had our market rejecting from our around psychological level multiple times, 1, 2, 3, 4. We now finally had a breakout of it. Then we had a retest and another engulfing. So on this other engulfing, that is also where I entered off and expecting market to, okay, yes, we have had multiple confirmations that market is going to buy. Market is holding price is above the EMA, which is indicating buys too. So we had at least 4 to 5 confluences that market was going to buy. But then what happened? After that, we had a complete pull in and shift of structure. And now that I'm actually looking at it, I can see a head and shoulder pattern around here, left head and the right shoulder around here. So we actually got a loss on this pair, although we had everything going our way. But then, well, market did what you had to do. Our next pair we took for the week was NZDJPY. So NZDJPY was actually a funny one actually. So let me go down to it. So NZDJPY on the daily, as you can see, we had, okay, let me use trend line first. We have this complete bullish trend market was having here, complete bullish trend. So market actually shifted from this complete bullish channel, shifted bearish. We had a break below area of interest, the retest back to the area of interest. Now we went back above, so we're expecting market to come back because this is the higher high and the higher low. So as far as the market did not close above this higher high, we're technically still bearish. So now we came back to our area of interest. We understand we're below our area of interest, which is nice. Rejected from our round psychological level on the daily time frame. So let's go down to the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, you can see it better here. So on the 4-hour, we are below area of interest, below EMA, rejecting from our psychological level, and we have our bearish engulfing. So on this engulfing here on the 4-hour, after this engulfing, actually entered on the next candlestick. So that was when market started having all these price movements here. As you can see, this one market started having all these price movements here. Now I don't know what happened this particular night, but market had this kind of massive wick in. Like if you look at it, it's like a massive wick here. I don't know, but it did not actually take me out. I think it happened fast that my MT5 and my broker were not fast enough to react to close me out, so which was actually good for me. So we had this weekend, came back and continued. So the week actually ended like this. I could actually closed it because I didn't want to hold NZDJPY throughout the weekend because I was already holding GBP AUD. So I'll actually be interested in this pair if we should have a pullback and then an engulf and a bearish indication to continue sales. Then I'll actually be taking the sales again next week if it gives me what I asked for. So that's basically it, the recap. I post my trades regularly daily on my Telegram channel. As you can see, Telegram channel, I post it regularly. You can see it all. This was Euro NZ. Let me show you Euro NZD. Euro NZD was the trade I took last week, which ended on a very massive profit. So I sent this to the Telegram channel. As you can see here, this Telegram channel, I sent it out, and so I closed for a 1:2, as you can see. But then after closing for a 1:2, because if you look on the weekly time frame, you see that where we actually are is a high that I've not broken for a long time, so it doesn't make sense holding it very long like that. So on the daily time frame, I ideally closed for the next high, which we had a break. As usual, whenever we have a break here, we have a retest, then we aim for the next structure point, which was this, and this was where I closed it off, the next structure point. But then you can see market broke, has just been bullish ever since. Market has been bullish, so I closed for a 1:2. But if you should check it, you end up seeing the market actually currently is at a 1:10 risk to reward ratio. I could have gotten an easy 1:10 for doing nothing, just set and forgetting. So that's the power of the set and forget strategy. So if you like trades like this and you want to be getting trade updates like this, click the right like and subscribe button. Check my bio to join my Telegram channel where I'll drop more trades like this every week. So see you guys next week.